The Blackhawks beat the Calgary Flames 5-2. Connor Bedard has a hat trick. Oliver Moore scores. Ryan Donato scores. It was a good night at the United Center. Join us for the postgame show coming up next. Welcome into the CHGO Blackhawks postgame podcast presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Noodleman is active and ready because we already have 100 likes and the show has just begun. For every 100, Noodleman gets turned on again. So smash that like button. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube page as well. If you're checking us out on the podcast later, we love you. We thank you. Follow, subscribe on your favorite app. So much to talk about in this game. A high-event game and one of the most boring hockey games I've ever watched in my life. But let's start with the big story. Connor Bedard, hat trick, just absolutely playing out of his mind. The goal he scored on Wolford taps it in after a whiff. You'll take those because you get the second goal, which was absolutely glorious. The stuff we were drooling about when the Blackhawks drafted Connor Bedard. And then he gets the most impressive empty netter I've seen in some time.
Yeah, it was a heck of a play. Already? Good
Already?
Lord. All right. Watch it.
He is attacking you today.
Yeah,
he knows you don't like him. He's like the dog, that like attacks the one person they don't like. That's Noodle Man.
What did I ever do to Noodle Man?
I don't know.
Anyway, that empty net goal was fun. As I said to you here when he scored that, I was like, it's amazing how he can hit right in the middle of the net from 3/4 of the way down the ice, but miss the net completely from 4 feet away. Not just him. All NHL players do that.
Yes.
Connor Murphy.
Connor Murphy. Oh, my God. He'll be seeing that shot.
High event
nightmares.
night for Connor Murphy tonight, too. I'm sure we'll get into some of that.
No, I mean, look, the arrival that we've been waiting for since Connor Bedard has been drafted, if you weren't convinced before tonight, I think most people were, you've got to be now. Now 26 points in 18 games, 10 goals. Wait, is this updated? No.
He's got 13 goals now.
Oh, my God. So, yeah, now he's got
29 points.
29 points in 19 games, including 13
good.
goals, 16 assists. Every time he is on the ice, something is happening. There was a play in this game, again, we saw last time he played the Flames, where he passed it to himself between the legs, got the breakaway, and scored. He made that move again and then spun around like a 360, got a shot off, kind of off the heel of the stick, still got a shot off. He is just Connor Bedard with confidence, and that extra tick of speed is something to behold, man. Like I saw someone in the chat say before we even got on, generational. This is the stuff we're talking about. When you knew he was going to be the top pick for 3 years going into the draft, this is why. He is a difference maker, and guess what? He's not even close to fully developed yet. Not even close. He tied Jonathan Toews for goals tied Roenick for goals before the age of 21. He's got something like 6 or 7 more to catch Eddie Olczyk.
Yeah, he'll get that.
He'll get that.
He'll be 20 the whole season, so it's not like he's got 2 more games left. He'll get that by, I don't know, Thanksgiving at this pace.
Yeah, it seems like it. That would be great. But he is everything that anyone that had concerns over the last 2 years, I would feel like those have been dashed. And William mentions it in the chat with Dickinson out, with Foligno out. Connor Bedard has an A on his sweater for the first time. You saw after a penalty play him talking to the referee, getting an explanation,
and then chirping the dude in the box too.
Yes.
Was it Anderson?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yes.
He turned around and yelled at him in the box too.
No, he's got what the kids call Riz. And he's feeling himself, and he should be. And this next step in the evolution of Connor Bedard has begun, and it's great to see.
Yeah, I think he went into the second intermission, and I'm sure somebody told him his buddy Macklin Celebrini had 2 goals, and he said, all right,
watch this.
Hold my juice box. Watch this.
Hold my Capri Sun.
Hold my energy protein smoothie, and I'm going to go get a hat trick. Another great performance. I mean, he had the 9-game point streak snapped on Saturday, but doesn't miss a beat. Comes out, gets the hat trick. He's got 3 goals and 7 points in 2 games against Calgary this year. That's what you do when you're if you're going to be one of the best players in the league, you bum slay the bums.
Yes, 100%.
And the Calgary Flames are a team full of bums.
Well,
they're the worst team in the league right now. So go out there and treat them as such.
Yes, and I don't want this to be taken as a negative. I think this should actually be taken
this freaking guy
as a positive. That we can have a game, the Hawks win 5-2, and have plenty to nitpick. Because in this game, the Hawks knew they were the better team. They came out from jump and were overpassing, trying to be cute, trying to be fancy, drop passes, pulling up along the boards, looking for the extra pass, looking for the highlight reel goal.
Yeah.
I said it on Twitter. It's great that they're good enough now to play with their food a little bit when they're playing the lesser
They're
opponents.
not that good to do that against anybody, though.
Exactly. And
they're not the Colorado Avalanche.
Yes, and it almost came to bite them today where, all right, they're up 1-0, and they're playing around, and they're dicking around in the power play and not getting anything done, making the extra pass, trying to be cute. Then all of a sudden you look up and it's 2-2. They pull away late. Great, because of a weird goal by Oliver Moore. You'll take it. You're not complaining. But and I believe that Jeff Flash will communicate this very clearly. Look, we know you're playing confidently. We want you to play confidently, but don't play with a stupid confidence. And I think for a significant portion of this game, the Hawks are playing a very frustrating style of hockey. And in terms of like, can you just go to the net and put the puck? You don't need 3-4 extra passes every time, every shift.
A lot of guys passing up shots to make a pass across the lane, try and get the one-timer. Jeff Blashill needs to start finding these guys when they stop. How many times tonight did we see guys with speed enter the zone and then stop? Just go to the net.
I don't believe there's a fancy stat for that.
Get a penalty at the very least. Drive the net. You've got their speed advantage was evident from the opening faceoff.
Yeah.
They were just blown by guys. Why are you stopping? Why are you stopping in the offensive zone? Don't stop. Just go.
Right.
So many times tonight, you had guys get in the zone, pull up, and look around for help. Just go to the net. Good things will happen.
Well,
you get a shot off a goal. You get a weird Connor Bedard goal. You'll get a weird Oliver Moore goal. Maybe you don't get a shot off, but you draw a hooking penalty because you're too fast. But you know when you're not fast? When you stop.
When you're standing still or turning around at the boards.
They can catch up to you pretty quickly when you stop. Stop stopping.
And a couple of people in the chat mentioned too, like, that's exactly what Oliver Moore did. Was he went hard to the net. Him and Nazar drove the net, and the shot didn't get through. It got deflected, but it went in the net because you were there, and it was there to hit your skate, and it was there to go in the net. Look, it is awesome that we have a 5-2 win that we can analyze and get frustrated about, because that means the Hawks have turned a page. That means that part 1 of the rebuild is over. It's time to start getting better. It's time to start improving. It's time to start, dare I say, competing for a playoff spot. And this is how the show is going to be now. It's not going to be Noodle Man 24/7 because they got to win. That's what it was for the last 2-3 years. You don't want that. If you're a Hawks fan, you want post-game shows. You want podcasts to be, at this point, objective and critical of a team that is playing better than anyone expected, but they have also raised expectations. So now it's going to be met with a different level of scrutiny, and that is a great thing. That is a sign of tremendous coaching by Jeff Blashill and a tremendous response by this team that we can say, great 5-2 win. Here's 6 things you need to do better so you don't lose next time.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and say the last 2 wins, Calgary and Toronto were frustrating wins.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, this game should have been 5-2 in the second period.
Yeah.
Like they should have blown this
Yes.
team out. But they still got the win. That's the important part. Like it's okay to be, but you're absolutely right that it's. I think we should have, as a fan base and as the team as a whole, the organization should not just be satisfied with, hey, we won, because for the last 2, 3, 4 years, you took a victory lap because it only happened once a month.
Yeah.
But now that it's happening more frequently, you can be like, yeah, that was great. But if we play like that against a better team, you're getting smoked.
So I know most people in this audience are crossover fans and watch the Bears too. The Bears walk it off against the Vikings. Caleb Williams walks onto the field to shake hands with the Vikings, and he is pissed. He is upset that the game got to that point.
Yeah.
Because even the Bears too, 7-3. Great. Everyone's happy about 7-3. Expectations are changed. They're different. So a walk-off win in a game you had well in control should not be satisfying to you. And I look, the Hawks should be very pleased that they won this game 5-2. They earned it, but there's a lot of stuff they need to fix if this is going to be for real.
Right.
But I'm confident they can. And these are the growing pains now. Look, the last couple of years, the growing pains we felt were Connor Bedard learning what he could and couldn't do at the NHL level, right? And you have a bunch of guys on your team who are gap veterans waiting for kids to arrive. Okay, now the kids are here. Bedard's in year 3, looking awesome. So now it's these lessons for the guys to say, hey, look, you're playing well, but let's remember how we got here in the first place. The reason this team got off to the start they got off to is because they played a simple brand of hockey. They played north and south. They were aggressive on the puck. They attacked. We have noticed over the last 3 or 4 games them dialing that back a little bit and trying to be a little more cutesy with it. No. Simplify it. And if you are really thinking about the playoffs, that's the kind of hockey you're going to have to play to win in the playoffs. It's not going to be dipsy doodle spinorama, 5 drop passes, a highlight reel goal.
No,
You just can't do it.
Getting to the net, winning one-on-one battles, and just simple hockey wins in the playoffs. And you know what? You got to give this team credit. They pull out this win on a night you don't have your captain. He's going to be out for about the next month. You don't have Jason Dickinson. And you don't have Tyler Bertuzzi.
Yeah.
Those are 3 of your biggest leaders. Those are the guys that are on the bench when you give up that second goal or you give up that first goal and go, all right, guys, let's pull it together here. Those are big. Those are difference makers.
Yeah.
In games that are close in late games, and we're seeing on the power play how missing Bertuzzi and Foligno, because those are your 2 best net front presence guys, and they're both gone.
Yeah,
you could figure it out when one of them's gone, but when they're both gone, Burakovsky tried to get to the front of net and tipped one wide. It wasn't quite the same. But those are 3 important guys. So to go out there and win a game without all 3 of them, it's a big deal.
Well, and those are your guys, when healthy, they play that. Power play or not, they play that straightforward, crashed in that style, and that can be contagious to line mates. It can be contagious to the team. And like you're saying, Greg, too, those are 3 voices on the bench to say, hey, knock this crap off. Knock this off right now. Like, let's get back to what we do. Let's stay focused. Let's play north. Those guys are missed, but to get 2 wins without them is really impressive. I hope Bertuzzi is close, because that guy has been a huge catalyst for this team.
Those are 3 guys that don't stop when they get in the zone. They keep going. Like, they're relentless on the forecheck, and they're relentless in trying to get space on the ice. So, I think. I don't know about Bertuzzi. He hasn't practiced all week, so Dickinson's been a full participant for about a week. He's got to be close, but he talked yesterday that, like, hey.
That's what we told.
Yeah.
He listens to the show. Clearly.
He does. About time. It took him 3 years. But, yeah, he basically said, like, he fully admitted, I came back too soon last time. I shouldn't have. He says it's tough to where you want to be out there and you know you can be out there, but you also have to be he's frustrated because this last year he's dealt with 3 separate injuries. It's one thing if you keep re-aggravating the same thing, but he's had 3 different injuries. So hopefully he's back soon. I know, he's not he hasn't had the best, year and a half since his big first season here, but he's still a very valuable player.
Yeah.
To this team.
All right, we got to hit the break zone. We were way late. Here are our nominees for the game pucks. Connor Bedard, hat trick, +2, 6 shots on goal, 8 shot attempts, 1-9, and lost 3 for 75% from the faceoff dot. We're going to throw in 2 other nominees. They're not going to win, but we're going to do it anyway. Oliver Moore with the goal and an assist. He was +2. And I thought that Ilya Mikheyev had a really solid game. He was a +1, had 1 shot, 2 shot attempts, but was just making things happen all over the ice. So get your votes in. We'll reveal the winner at the end of the show. Hit that like button. We'll be back in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks, presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. With the Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner if your football team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. So download the app. Use our code CHGO365 when you sign up. Thursday Night Football, Bills and Texans, they've got their $10 safety net bet. Take advantage of that. And they've got their 100% parlay boost. Double your winnings on parlays with Bet365. 100% parlay boost. New customers get $150 in bonus bets when they bet 5. Win or lose. Sign up. Use our code CHGO365. Deposit $10. Place a bet for 5 to get $150 in bonus bets. Win or lose. Use those bonus bets on spreads, totals, player props, futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus. If you or somebody you know has a problem with gambling, you can call 1-800-GAMBLER. This offer is in-app only. And new vehicles are in store at Ray, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. And this is your chance to score a great deal at the Black Friday sales event. Head to Ray CDJR on Route 12 today to choose from their huge inventory of new Chryslers, Dodges, Jeeps, and Rams' vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 60 months on all new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L models, or up to $10,000 off MSRP. Plus, shop over 125 vehicles, priced under $20,000. With the friendly team of brand experts, the team at Ray CDJR will help you during each step of your car shopping journey. So don't miss out on their Black Friday sales event for huge savings on new models. For more info, visit Ray CDJR today on Route 12 in Fox Lake, or online at raycdjr.com. They have been serving the community since 1963. And we are back on CHGO Blackhawks, and you got us over 400 likes, so Noodle Man is awake. While we tell you about our ongoing Die Hard deal, $36 for the entire year of Die Hard membership. You can scan that QR code that's on your screen right now. If you're listening on the podcast, go to allchgo.com/join. Use our code HAWKS to take advantage of this $36 offer. And while you're there and you're picking out your free shirt, we've got a couple new designs for you Hawks fans that you can choose from. We've got the Chicago Hockey Club with the skull and the cross hockey sticks, and then the Screaming Hawk with the tomahawk design, both brand new from the CHGO store. So pick one of those to be your free shirt, or if you want to pick a different design for free, use your 20% discount as a Die Hard to pick up one or both of those. Again, allchgo.com/join, $36 for the year with our code HAWKS. And make sure you're using that code HAWKS so we beat the other CHGO shows. We got to show them. Hawks fans do it right. They do it best. We got a bunch of big super chats we want to get to as well. Sarah, I know we had like a couple of really big super chats. Can we, I want to make sure we don't ignore those too long. Let's see. There it is. Adrian, $50. Thank you so much, Adrian. Says the Goon Squad Calgary Flames could not keep up with us. The refs had another terrible night. Also, Connor Bedard is good at hockey. Yeah. I don't know. The refs weren't terrible. No. They weren't good, but I think the ship has sailed on refs being good.
There wasn't anything egregious tonight. I know people didn't like the hit on Connor Murphy in the third period, but in all honesty, I didn't have too big of a problem with it.
He's going down.
He was, he was already in motion. Klapka was already starting the hit, and Murphy fell down. Like, he hit him in the head, but had Murphy stayed on his feet, he would have hit him in the chest. So
right, and later you had a similar shot where Murphy put the stick into the ribs of Huberdeau, and it didn't seem intentional, but just sometimes the impact of the play causes the hit.
Hockey's a fast game. Sometimes you can't. I don't think that play was. Now the nonsense at the end of the game. Yeah, sure,
it was a little silly. And the Murphy penalty was a nothing happened.
Yeah, so I don't. That wasn't the worst thing I've seen by far. So I was okay with that play, and glad that Murphy was okay too. Like he wasn't feeling great. He might have to see the trainer, maybe sit in the quiet room for a few minutes tonight, but he looked like he was okay, and was able to finish out the game.
$20 from Sam says, I know I'm extremely biased, but Bedsy has earned the right to make it to Team Canada. Also with 98 wearing the A tonight. Who else do you think will wear the letters for the Hawks in the future? I'm guessing him, Frank, and Vlasic. Well, guess what? I wrote about this for ALLCITY.com a couple weeks ago, and if you're a diehard, you could read it. I think he's definitely going to wear one. I think that my vote for captain is Alex Vlasic when Nick Foligno goes away, just because of tenure. He's got a link to the past dynasty as he played with Kane and Taves, and just exudes leadership in that room, 100%. But yeah, like take your pick of Nazar or, I don't know, name your veteran here, right? Like there's a lot of guys that could certainly be candidates for it. Sam Renzel could wear an A. They have a lot of options in that regard. So,
yeah. Just give everybody a letter. The hell with it.
Yeah.
Everybody get yelled at the ref.
A through Z. Let's get a couple more here. I want to acknowledge Deadhawk, by the way, who says sick tap tribute to Zawoski during the anthem. That was my uncle Frank on the ice. That's my godfather. My dad passed in July, so now Frank is the oldest of 9. My dad was the oldest of 10. Now Frank takes over. He is a Army sergeant, Purple Heart veteran from Vietnam, so very cool to see the Hawks put him on the ice for the anthem and honor him during the game. But yeah, that was my uncle, and just a cool night. So I got to spend the first period sitting with 30 members of my family, taking that whole thing in, then went back to work after the first. So good night. Great game for him to see. His first Hawks game in a while, and a very special evening, especially as it was military appreciation night, which is very cool. So, yeah, thanks for pointing it out, Deadhawk. We'll get to some more of your Super Chats as the show goes on. Keep them coming. We promise if you send one, we will get to it. We're also going to hear from Mario Tirabassi in a few minutes here as he is wrapping things up at the United Center. Aside from getting a win with Bertuzzi out and Dickinson out and Foligno out, you also get another win with Söderblom in goal. And it's not a knock on Söderblom, but when you get wins with your backup in, it's like found money to me. And there were a few rebounds I didn't love in this game.
Yeah,
but overall,
kicked back in the slot, but he was fine.
Yeah, overall, I think positionally he was really sound. So even when those rebounds would get kicked out, he was in a good spot at a good angle to sort of absorb those as they came back. I think if this is Arvid Söderblom, if this is him for the rest of his career, he's going to have a very long career in this league of just being a guy that you can depend on. And we're not ever hoping for this to happen. Don't hear me wrong. But if Spencer Knight has to miss a few games for whatever reason, I feel good giving him the keys for a few games to keep the Hawks in the game and give him a chance to win.
I mean, worst case scenario, he's replacement level goalie, and that keeps you in the league for a long time.
Yeah.
At least as a backup. So he's been fine, and he was good. We're going to see him 2 out of 3 games because their next 2 games are back-to-back, Thursday, Friday. So he'll play Friday against Buffalo. So he'll get 2 out of 3. I was kind of surprised they did it that way. I figured Knight would do that, and he'd play. But especially since Knight got his first shutout against Calgary the last time they played, just a few days ago. But when you look at it, Calgary is worst team in the league, point-wise.
Yes.
And Buffalo is Buffalo. They're always bad. That middle game is Seattle. And Seattle's like the Hawks. They're off to a really good start. Seattle's a team, it's early.
Yeah.
But Seattle's a team that you might be competing for a wild card spot. So saving Spencer Knight for that actually makes a lot of sense.
I agree with that. If I'm picking between those two, an Eastern Conference opponent in Buffalo versus a conference opponent in Seattle, that's what I'm doing too. Seattle playing tonight? Yeah, they lost 4-2 to the Red Wings. So right now in the standings, they are they are third in the Pacific with 23 points. The Hawks are actually a point ahead of them. Hawks 10-5-4. Seattle is 9-5-5. So two pretty even teams. The Hawks plus 15 goal differential. Seattle -3. Pretty impressive to be 9-5-5 with a -3 goal differential.
Well, they got Joey Daccord back. He missed a few.
That will
games.
help.
Yeah,
Yes.
they've been struggling without him. So they got him back. My fantasy team is grateful he's back too. And you lost to Seattle a few days ago too on that road trip. So you got to go out and get some revenge, return the favor.
Yeah, we keep getting to these like, what do you call them? Like marker points, right? Like, okay,
Mile markers.
how are they going to play against this team? Like Detroit, I think was one. I think Toronto was one we had circled, but without Austin Matthews and without Stolars, it was a little bit different. Still a good win against what I think is ultimately going to be a pretty decent team. They're not what they used to be because they lost Mitch Marner, who was clearly the cause of all their problems. They're still better than they're playing. And I think the Seattle one is one too, because I feel like looking back on that game in my mind against Seattle, it was closer than the score. I think the Hawks are right there, even maybe a little bit better than Seattle that day.
What was it? Was it 3-1?
I think it was 3-1. Yeah.
I think, that was one of those games where they were, it was one of those frustrating games where it was close, but they couldn't capitalize. And then I believe if I remember correctly, Seattle got a late empty net goal that kind of iced that. I think, didn't Burakovsky score late to make it 2-1, and then they gave up an empty netter?
Yeah, I believe so.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a team.
Oh, no, sorry. It was a 2-on-1. Eberle, I have my notes here, just scored on a 2-on-1. It was not an empty netter.
But it was like right after they made it 2-1,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, they were about, so, that's a team you got to, it's still early, but that's a team you got to beat. It was good you got the 2 points tonight. You have to talk, you have to beat a team like the Flames. On home ice, you've beat them once already. They're, at the bottom of the standings. You got to win those games if you want to be considered a playoff contender. Those are you got to take care of business like they did tonight. Wasn't the prettiest hockey game we've ever seen. Bottom line is they did exactly what you needed them to do. Regulation win, 5-2.
Yeah.
Connor Bedard back on the score sheet, back in the focus. Everybody's going to be talking about him again now. And, what will he get on Team Canada? That's going to be, we're going to hear about that for the next few weeks. Elliot Friedman on 32 Thoughts yesterday had a lot to talk about that when talking about Celebrini and Bedard and Matthew Schaefer, how much noise they're making and how it certainly sounds like a lot of Canadian fans want to see those guys in the Olympics because they're really good and they're really fun. But Elliot Friedman thinks it's going to be hard for any of those guys to make it just because the guys in charge of picking that team prefer guys who have played in big games, guys who have won Stanley Cups, guys who've played, and no fault of their own, Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard have not played in anything yet that means anything at this level.
You know how they do that? Put them on the Olympic team.
Well, that too. But they did mention that Connor Bedard has played in 2 World Junior gold medal games in Canada. Those are pressure-filled big games. So he has played in something, but not at the NHL level. But, I mean, if they're 1-2 in the league in scoring and you leave both of them at home,
Okay.
so you can have, Brad Marchand out there.
Yeah.
All right. And he's having a great year. No disrespect to him. But, okay.
Sounds like
as
GM
somebody
that doesn't want to pick a team again.
Hey, as somebody who does not want Canada to win the gold medal, I support it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, got to hit the break zone one more time. Plenty more to come. More super chats we got to get to as well. And we are 3 likes away from activating Noodle Man again. So let's go. Talk to you in 2 minutes on CHGO Blackhawks presented by Bet365. Winter is basically here. It's going to be officially here before you know it. Is your home's heating up for the challenge? You better find out. Got a Got a plumbing emergency? Call 4 Seasons. An electrical emergency? Call 4 Seasons. Need a new hot water tank installed today? Call 4 Seasons. Now is the time to schedule your furnace tune-up. Don't wait until a polar snap. Get it done now. Save up to $4,000 on furnaces and comfort systems with 4 Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Furnaces start at $39 a month. Furnace AC combos from $57 a month. Call today and save $50. 4 Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric has been serving Chicagoland for over 50 years. They're your trusted local experts at 4 Seasons heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electric. Visit 4seasonsheatingcooling.com for all their special offers and money-saving coupons. Again, that's 4seasonsheatingcooling.com. And if you're an athlete, here's a question. Are you serious about leveling up your game? Because the right coach can change everything, and now finding one is easy with our friends at Eye on the Ball. It doesn't matter if you're a kid just starting out or competing at the top level. You can sign up totally free at eyeontheball.net. My daughter started taking pitching lessons, and it has moved her from a pretty good pitcher to a really good pitcher. Finding the right coach is essential. So what are you waiting for? Your future coach could be one click away. Jump on at eyeontheball.net. For soccer to swimming, baseball to basketball, you name it, the coaches are there. And if you're a coach, all you got to do is upload your background check. You're in. I believe they still got the deal going on for 6 months free for coaches to get on there. So if you're a coach, find yourself some athletes to train. They're looking for you. You're looking for them. It's mutually beneficial. Jump on it. Eyeontheball.net. Again, eyeontheball.net. Find your coach and take your game to the next level. And we are back on CHGO Blackhawks, and we have hit 500 and almost 30 likes, so Noodleman is back on. And our buddy Steven Nicholas, Bears producer, he left us for...
Never heard of him.
Yeah, right, traitor. There's a Noodleman emoji available now on the YouTube page, so take advantage of that. That sounds fun. I don't know how these things work because I'm old, but you should do it. Go get yourself a Noodleman, become a CHGO supporter on YouTube. You can sign up for that right on the YouTube page. So yeah, check that out. And our buddy No Roy's Just Rage said, is there one piece of merch you would pick out if you became a diehard? My favorite still is the CHGO hockey shirt with a hawk on skates, like the cartoon hawk, kind of old school. That's my favorite design. But hey, there's a ton of stuff. Doesn't have to be Hawks. We prefer it's Hawks, but doesn't have to be. Got the great 81 design, the number 7 Raised in Chicago design. Lots of good stuff. So get what you want. Just make sure you get it. All right, let's get some more super chats in here, Sarah, while we wait for, we're going to hear from Connor Bedard here in a moment. Any more high-priced ones we make sure we got to get to? $20 from Brian says, this team plays hard and is fun to watch. About time, go Hawks. And I've seen some comments, too, about how well Louis Crevier is playing. And perhaps the criticisms are correct. We have not really talked a ton about Louis Crevier. Had an assist in this game, was a +2. 2 shots on goal, another shot attempt. By the way, had a shot in this game. I saw the Blackhawks tweet this. Is the second hardest shot this season in the NHL. I think it was 102. Trying to find it here. But regardless of how hard the shot was, if you believe in Louis Crevier, I'm not going to fight you because you know who else does? Jeff Blashill. Jeff Blashill loves Louis Crevier. If you listen to his interview on Spit and Chicklets, he brought up Louis Crevier without prompting. It was just like, hey, here's another good guy that people should be talking about. Here it is, 102.4, the second fastest shot in the league this season from Louis Crevier.
He's just solid. He's dependable. He's just, you know what you're going to get out from him. He rarely ever is, a liability on the ice. He's usually in position, and when he's not in position, he's got a 74-foot reach, so he's always in position to knock the puck away. Just a solid player, and 4 assists in the last 2 games. or 3 games.
Well, you know,
4 assists in the last 3 games.
Somebody asked me on Twitter, like, was Anders Sorensen like just unaware? Did he not see what Louis Crevier could do? And I think there is a little bit of, and this isn't really just a knock on him. I would point the thumb at myself for this too. Is 7th round pick, and you've got Korchinski and Del Mastro and Allen, and like these guys are gonna come and they're gonna need their time. Like, not necessarily. If Louis Crevier is proven to be a dependable right-hand shot defenseman, which is, as we know, invaluable in the NHL these days, there's no reason it can't be him. And the beauty of having organizational depth at all positions, but especially at defense like the Hawks have, is if somebody steps up and hurdles somebody, because I think you'd say the same about Sam Renzel, kind of unexpectedly hurdled a bunch of defensemen, then you have the luxury to move them out for somewhere you might be a little thinner.
Yeah.
So maybe the emergence of Louis Crevier keeps Nolan Allen in Rockford. It sucks for him, but there's nothing I see from Louis Crevier that tells me he needs to be in the press box anytime soon.
Then if Louis Crevier is keeping Nolan Allen in Rockford, then Nolan Allen needs to be better.
That too.
That's not a bad thing either.
Right. Yeah, it shouldn't just be like, well, you were drafted higher, so you play.
No, like, Louis Crevier is playing better than you. If you want to get here, play better than him. Simple as that. If you can't, you won't. And
what I like about Crevier, too, is he's playing with a lot of confidence. Like, he is just not afraid to shoot the puck. He almost got a breakaway today, which I thought would have been really funny. Would have been his second of the year. I think he's been outstanding. So, yeah, when you find guys like this and draft picks work out that you weren't expecting, don't fight against it. Play the kid. Like, even when he played last year, at no point was I worried because Louis Crevier played. I wasn't sure what his ceiling was. I still don't really know what his ceiling is. But if this is as good as Louis Crevier is, he is a very serviceable 6th defenseman and outstanding penalty killer. There's a ton of value for a guy like that on any team in the league, especially at that size.
Yeah, there's no such thing as too many good defensemen on a team or in an organization. It's hockey. Guys are going to get hurt. Guys are going to struggle. Guys are going to have ups and downs. Well, you've got guys you can just look at what we've seen this year already with the 7 defensemen. You start the year, and it's Sam Renzel playing 24 minutes a night, getting all the big minutes. And Artem Levshinov is a healthy scratch. Well, fast forward to a month later, and it's Artem Levshinov starting to get the big minutes, and Sam Renzel who's the scratch.
Yeah.
And Louis Crevier is up on the top pairing. Well, no, now it's this. You can be flexible, and I've said it before. I hope I'm going to say it a lot more. Blashill's using that 7 defenseman strategy perfectly because he's allowing to ride those waves. When he has a young defenseman who's fighting it, he can pull him back. When he has a young defenseman playing with confidence, he can give him more minutes, give him more power play time. It's working good. You can't necessarily do that with 6 when you're playing just the 6. Yeah, you've got Korchinski, you've got Del Mastro, and you've got Nolan Allen all sitting there in Rockford waiting. It's not a bad thing if they just keep on waiting because they're going to get better. I was at the Ice Hogs game Sunday night, and Kevin Korchinski, when he's on the ice, is the most noticeable player in a Rockford uniform. Every time he's on the ice, second he gets on the ice, you're like, oh, it's Korchinski's shift.
That's great
because he just moves differently than everybody else down there. And Ethan Del Mastro is having a good season down there, being a little more physical. And Nolan Allen, you know what you're getting out of Nolan Allen. So if those guys are having a tougher time to get here and they're all 3 playing really well in Rockford, that is fantastic news.
Absolutely.
That means this stuff is working. And we should be happy about it.
I think if you're a Hawks fan right now, there is nothing to be unhappy about. Because if you have any eye towards what's happening outside the NHL, go find Roman Kancerov's goal today.
It's filth. Pure filth.
Look at what Anton Frondell is doing. Like,
Merrick Van Acker's leading the OHL in goals.
Like you might. There is a.
They've got the best freshman in college hockey, Blackhawk draft pick.
it is realistic that your second and third best forward in the organization are not here yet.
It's not realistic. It's probably a fact.
Frondell and Kancherov.
Yeah.
Might both be better than Nazar.
Maybe.
And,
or at least just as good.
And it's right, and that's not a knock on Nazar at all.
No.
But think about that. That is a legitimate conversation that is not anything that should be laughed at or snickered at. Like, Kancherov is destroying a cage.
There's a lot
as a child.
There's a lot of great talent still to come, and not all of it's going to play here. But you'll be able to, you'll have plenty of ammunition out there to go out and fill in the holes you need because you have extras. You have extra defensemen who are good. You have extra forwards who are dynamic. So you can go out and, because that's the only way you're getting elite veterans these days now is by trades.
Yeah.
It's not, the free agency is dead. It's gone.
Yeah. Well, that's okay. No room for free agents, my friends. The
that's
team
fine.
is too deep and too
when you
great.
have a ton of draft picks and a ton of talented young players, you can go out and get whatever the hell you need.
Yes. That's wonderful. All right, Sarah, do we have Connor Bedard ready to go? Yes. Let's hear from the alternate captain himself, the author of the hat trick and so many more glorious moments. Here he is, number 98, Connor Bedard.
With that shot from a bit away.
I think if anyone obviously goes out there for the empty netter with the chance they can get a hat trick, obviously not going to force it, but I felt good in that spot to shoot that one. So obviously I turned it over before too, so just wanted to make sure to ice the game, and fortunately went in.
How would you describe your first two goals?
The first one was extremely lucky. I think obviously he'd probably want that one back. It's kind of a weird play. Happens to go in, and then the second one, it's a great play by everyone else. Like Kaisi makes a great play, Barry gets it in, and then Greener makes a beautiful pass, and I'm able to kind of just get it on net, try to get it by him, and it goes in. So obviously any goals made by other people, so they did a lot of work on that one, and the first one as well. Renzi makes a great play.
Well, the first one, is that an example of how the work you did on your speed sort of pays off, basically?
Yeah, I guess it can be. Like I said, it's a lucky goal in a sense, but I guess I got there, so I guess that can feel good in some ways for sure.
Is that you're wearing the A tonight? Is that a leadership thing too? Hustling all the way down in a play that it's probably swept away, but putting that effort in kind of shows an example.
If I didn't have an A, I think I would have tried to do the same thing.
You know what I mean? Like, it is a leadership position.
Yeah, I think so. I think all of our guys are, hunting that puck. That's the thing about our team is, we're not going to make any play easy, and I think that could have been a very nothing play that ended up. But I just happened to be the guy out there that all 11, 12 of our forwards, whatever we're dressing that night, are going to make the same effort, which is why we're having success right now.
What did it mean to wear that for the first time in a regular season?
It's great, for sure. I think, I've been so fortunate to learn from guys like Fliggy, Dickey, Murph, all those guys that have been leaders in our room, and obviously the Blackhawks jersey in general is such a special thing, and there's been a lot of great players that have a letter on their chest, and it's a great honor and something that I don't take lightly. No one would take lightly. So, it's cool for sure.
Well, how different is the mood around here, and just comparing the first two seasons?
Right now, my name's Connor. I'm nasty.
I guess that's an example. It's been fun. We're obviously early, 19 games in, but it's just been a lot of fun. We're so determined to go out there and win, and even today we give up a goal to obviously get them back in the game. End of the second, right at the start of the third, they score. That's something that can deflate a team, but we go right back out there, we get another one, and then we get another one. So we're just really determined, and we're having a lot of fun together. We love each other, and we want to play for each other, so that shows a lot.
To go over and be talking to the refs after that hit on Murphy, what was that like, and kind of fulfilling the duties of the A right away?
Yeah, the refs were way nicer to me today. Way nicer. I didn't get kicked out of a draw for the first time in my career. No, it was good. I think you watch guys go over there, and I always have something to say to the refs. So it was fun, and it's good little things, little added responsibilities that you appreciate. Obviously, it's not a big thing, but it's good, I guess.
Was the conversation different?
Yeah, they were just nice. Like, no, it was pretty chill. I was kind of just arguing our side of what we saw. Obviously, it was a dirty hit. I think he had time to kind of come back off it and straight to the head. So you don't want to see that from anyone in the game. And that's kind of what we saw. And obviously, they saw something different. Murph goes down. It's a quick hockey game, and stuff happens, but we thought he could have kind of held up and not gone directly to the head. So that's kind of all we were saying, and then they're going to argue their side.
Boy, I love that. I love the way when he's asked about the leadership, he just like shifted. It's like his personality changed when that conversation started, and then when asked about the Murphy play, oh, you don't want to see that in the game. I know things happen. Like, that was a different sounding Connor Bedard than we've ever heard before.
I mean, he obviously sounds like a guy that doesn't want to be here. Can't wait to get to
yeah,
Vancouver.
can't wait to get to Vancouver.
It's miserable.
But just there's just a maturity about him this year on the ice and clearly off. Like, I've not heard him that candid before. And I think, getting that clearly means something to him. And I think it's interesting that the refs treat him differently because of that. Now, coincidence? Maybe, right? But he's also starting to get respect because he's one of the best effing players in the league right now.
He's starting to get more star calls and more benefit of the doubt out there than he had in years past. And that has to do with the fact that, he's becoming a face of the league. Not just the franchise, but the league.
Well, speaking of star calls, let's go out to United Center and bring in our buddy, Mario Tirabassi, who is standing by in the bowels of the UC. Just played Connor. Good stuff. What else did we learn in the room today for Nefellas?
We learned what a taffy pull is.
Like a tough, frustrating game. This game was definitely a taffy pull.
Yeah, that was a learning experience for both myself and Oliver Moore tonight. So, so that was fun. So, you win a hockey game and you learn something. No, it's just you could tell. And I mean, this isn't new this season. Sorry, I'm shifting around a lot. This isn't new this season. This team is completely different. Like this is a much different team. This is a confident team. This is a team that believes in themselves. This is a team that believes in the coaching staff. This is a team that, as we've gone on this season, as we've gone through, first 10 games, now first 15 games, we're reaching 20 games. Like this team is not a trend. They're not playing off a hot streak. This team has laid the foundation of who they are. And I think this is you walk into this game tonight knowing, okay, Hawks are playing really well. They've got some positive momentum going. You're playing a Flames team who you should beat. And at the end of the night, it may have felt a little bit closer at times than a 5-2 game. But at the end of the night, you know that they played a game well enough to deserve to get 2 points. And whether it was a 3-2 win or a 5-2 win, the result of getting the 2 points, getting the victory, and keeping that positive momentum going, like that just pays dividends across the room. And I think we've seen a lot of those efforts. This group put in a lot of those efforts this season and actually get rewarded for it, getting wins in games that they probably shouldn't have. Whereas in previous seasons, the last handful of years, you wouldn't get rewarded for those performances with points in the standings. You'd get a moral victory, which doesn't count for anything, but you wouldn't get those actual, we forced the game to overtime, or found a way to win late in the third period. This is a team that is finding ways to win and finding ways to sustain success.
That's how we started the show talking about was like, last year after wins, it would just be party time because it's a rare win and let's just be happy that they got a win. And today it took us, maybe 5-6 minutes into the first segment to say, hey, great, 5-2 hat trick. All these things are wonderful. But boy, they got to clean some stuff up here if they're going to start being serious about competing, because it has the next step has begun. We are in the next phase of the rebuild where the arrow should be pointing consistently up, and you're going to have more critical analysis and deeper thought, and it can't just be yay we won sort of a talk anymore. They have changed the conversation, and that is a good thing. And they have won some of the games where they have played their worst. They've come out winning, and that impresses me too. So you're right, man. Like it's different now. Moral victories be damned. They don't want those anymore. And even after actual victories, I think there's some times where we probably could have been better. And I think tonight was probably one of those nights.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a perfect game, and yet you find a good performance from Arvid Söderblom in net. You get Connor Bedard making plays out of almost seemingly nothing plays, getting a goal on that 50-50 puck that he out hustles, and he gets a snipe goal. You get another hustle goal from Oliver Moore. Like, you find ways to create your own bounces, and we've seen teams that just don't get those bounces, and we saw a lot of that the last few years. This team is a team that I think is benefiting from getting a few bounces and more or less creating them. So, and this is a game that really illustrates that. It wasn't a great game to watch. I think Jay, you said this was not the most glowing. I forget how you put it, but yeah. Like, if this was your first game, like, it's fun. They win. You see a hat trick. Like, that's really cool. But the nitty gritty of the game is not really like, ooh, can't miss that night after night. But those are the games you want to come away. Even in a game like that, you want to come away with 2 points. We go back to that Utah game. It was not a great game. They didn't play well. It didn't look good, but they won 3-1.
Yeah. I firmly believe, and I have had accomplished Blackhawks with Stanley Cups under their belts tell me that sometimes playing against a bad team makes you worse, because there's no rhythm to the game. There's no completed pass. Everything is off stride. Everything just
ask
misses.
everybody who played the Blackhawks.
Yes,
the last
exactly.
3 years.
There's like a million icings. It just is. It can be, new term, taffy pull, and very frustrating. And I think this is one of the nights where the Flames are just, save Nazem Kadri. He's played his thousandth game. Good. Now trade him somewhere where he can help. Good Lord. By the way, shout out. We're over 600 likes. We have almost 900 people watching us live right now. If you're just joining us, become a diehard. $36 for the year. AllCHGO.com/join. You get a free t-shirt when you sign up. 20% off all the merch, all of our written content, 20% off all of our events, access to our diehards only Discord where you get your mailbag questions answered. By the way, we should mention tomorrow's show, we're talking to both Tony Granato and Petey. So a big show tomorrow. All right, we did, right before he jumped on, not sure if you heard it, we had played Connor Bedard's postgame and commented on how when the conversation switched to his role as an alternate captain, it's almost like he shapeshifted and his tone changed and his voice changed. And it's almost like, okay, they asked the question, now I'm in leader mode and I'm going to talk like a leader. You could tell this gesture of him having the A on his sweater for the first time meant a lot to him.
Yeah, it did. I think we're still, as a media group, and I mean, there's a balance between these guys when they're on and off camera, of course. But I think we're starting this season to see a little bit more of Connor being a little bit more open, a little bit looser, with just his personality. You see it on social media, but I think tonight's post-game scrum was an example of kind of how he goes. He's still kind of like getting a little bit out of the shell, feeling a little bit more comfortable, maybe being a little bit more loose. But then, yeah, as you said, like, he can still pull it back in to the hockey side of things, and yeah, like, definitely stepping into that, like, oh, like, I'm in a leadership position. I'm going to answer this question like a leader, and he did that. Even within that one question, he's cracking jokes about how the refs were nicer to him, but then he's also talking about how he's arguing for his teammate. He's sticking up for Connor Murphy after the hit, which Bedard called dirty. After that hit, and that was a theme throughout this game, and has been with Flames games in recent years, where I don't know what it is about this group that when the two of them match up, but there always seems to be some weird dirty hit or some altercation where you come away and being like, what's the Flames' problem? Like,
Pudwax. They're a bunch of pudwax.
Was it Prospisil last year that took out a few guys? Like, it was. So again, another night like that tonight, and after the final horn, they're causing fights. So yeah, I mean it was Bedard, in that spot talking to us after the game, continuing that, like, sticking up for his teammate aspect of the leadership role, and I would imagine it's not going to be the last time he'll have that opportunity.
And I think we're seeing a lot of his real personality come out more this year because the team is winning, and that always is more fun than losing.
Yes.
And he's playing the best hockey of his life, not just in the NHL, but I mean, he's starting to do what he was able to do in juniors at this level. So that takes a lot of pressure off of him. He's playing loose. He's playing confident. So of course he's going to have, a little more fun after games when you win, because this is a kid that never lost or had extended periods of losing before he became a Blackhawk, and those 2 years were frustrating and hard for him, but they've made him a better player. And I'm sure when his career is over and done with and he gets all the accolades, whatever trophies he gets, be it team or individual, he's going to look back and say those first 2 years made all of this possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of lesson learning that he went through in those first 2 seasons, and it was a 180 from where he was the guy that could do anything he wanted on the ice to, some hard lessons in the NHL, and even still, I mean, he was the team leader in points for 2 consecutive seasons as a teenager. I'm going to venture a guess it's going to be 3 consecutive seasons that he's going to be the team leader in points when this season is over. And he's kind of stepped into that new world for him in the NHL, and where he's kind of figuring out and learning from those lessons. And a lot of these young guys are all doing that at the same time this year, which makes everything more fun. Like, Bedard alongside guys like Frank Nazar and Sam Rinzel and Artem Levshinov and Oliver Moore, like, they're all kind of in that same world together, and they're all finding success in different ways together. And that just generates more fun for the group, because, you have some guys going through common experiences, and you can relate to everybody. Like, it's no longer Connor and a bunch of veterans. Like, it's, he's amongst his peers, and the veterans are benefiting from that because they're experiencing more wins, which is more fun. And they're feeding off of that young guy energy. And we've seen guys like, Nick Foligno and Ryan Donato and Connor Murphy, like their games feel like that they're in a better spot than they have been in recent years. And I think it's partially because they don't have to do so much, because these young guys are stepping in and being able to help. So, I mean, it's definitely turned the mood differently, both on and off the ice. And I mean, it's immeasurable how much that makes an impact.
Well, I know Jeff Blashill had some thoughts on Connor Bedard we're going to play here in a second, but I want to give everybody a heads up. If you're watching us on Roku, any of the fast channels, Samsung, Xfinity, we're in about a minute, we're going to go to overtime. So if you want to keep watching, you got to switch over to allchgo.com or the YouTube page or whatever and watch us there. Why don't you set this up, Jeff Blashill, post-game? What is he commenting on here?
Yeah, I mean, it's just, it's his opening remarks, focusing on Connor, not only, what he was able to do on the ice, but also what wearing the A means, and just kind of that notion of earning things this season. So this is what Blashill had to say after the game.
superlatives to describe what Connor Bedard is doing lately?
It's you know what I like the most about it is the consistency in his approach, and you know, points do come and go. Now for a guy like him, they come more than they go, but like his consistency in his approach has been really good, and I think the fact that he's you know, come and competed and stopped on pucks and played pretty good defensively and really tried to do the right things on a consistent basis. You know, and then he gets rewarded for that with offense over the stretch that he's been kind of going. So it's a great thing. He's as we talked about, he's a very, very talented player. But what makes him a winning hockey player is his approach.
And tonight wearing the 8, does that make a difference too in his game?
Well, I don't know that it makes a difference or it's going to change his, you know, his game or the way that he looks at things. The biggest thing for me was, you know, we had lost two guys that wore letters, obviously with Fliggy and Dickey, and so we needed someone, and ultimately he earned it. He's earned that opportunity. One of the things we talked about at the beginning of the year is making sure we earn things, that we're not entitled to success, we're not entitled to wear a letter. We're not entitled to any of that stuff, and in his case, he has absolutely earned it. He's earned it, and when I told you know, different people around the team today, everybody said the same thing. It makes total sense, and he's totally earned it because he's earned it with his approach every day and how committed he's been to winning hockey.
That first goal where he hustles all the way down, is that example of the approach you're talking about? A play that, you know, some guys may have not gone as hard as he does, trying to make something happen there.
Yeah, no doubt, and he's just you know, I think he's been skating good all season. You know, he's not quitting on any plays. He's not cheating for offense. You know, and he's fast enough that where he doesn't need to cheat for that offense. And I think he's realized that. And so that, you know, and it's all those kind of things combined. His defensive play, all that stuff. That's been really impressive.
How much does the versatility of guys like Donato and Green help, especially when you get offense from them tonight, but being able to move them, you know, into the dot and off?
Yeah, you know, I would say in both cases, like, I think, you know, Green's spent a lot of his time playing hockey at center. Now he's playing wing. Made an unreal play on Connor's second goal, like a really elite pass, I thought. Dono's, you know, played both, but he certainly probably played a lot of wing in his career, and even, you know, the beginning of this year, now we've flipped him to center, and he's done a good job with that, and he's bought in.
All right, that is Jeff Flashel post-game. Talked about Bedard, then got into the Donato stuff a little bit, but with the time restraints, we want to just get to the Bedard stuff. Sorry, I'm losing my voice.
Yeah, I mean, I again, it's that point of earning things. Like that's been the notion since Jeff Blashel stepped in day one, through training camp, through the preseason, and through this season. It's been about earning what you get, and I think each guy has gotten those opportunities, and they've earned them sometimes, and sometimes they've had to, you know, had them taken away and trying to re-earn them. Sam Renzel was a guy that started the season off with a lot on his plate and kind of had to be pulled back, and then got back into it tonight. Artem Levshinov was a guy that was scratched for the home opener, got back into it, and we've seen his responsibilities and ice time increase game over game as he started to earn more. So, you know, with Bedard, he's earning a lot this year. So it's good that we're seeing Blashel's, like, what he's trying to instill. It's the accountability is being held. Players are responding to it, and, you know, guys are better for it.
All right, we're going to let you go. Anything we need to know before we do?
No practice tomorrow, I don't think.
No pracky.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Pracky cancely. All right, thanks, buddy.
See you.
We will see you tomorrow at 2:30 with Tony Granato and Petey and our band of friends. All right, we got some stuff to do. Frat House first? All right, we have been profiling Connor Bedard the entire show, so we're going to go a different direction for the Frat House. We're going to give it to Oliver Moore, a goal and an assist, 13:28 of ice time, doing what we're talking about the entire show, driving the dang net, using his speed, playing north and south. Love it. So our frat boy today at the frat house in Madison is Oliver Moore. Congrats to him. And the Game Puck winner, you'll be shocked to know that it was Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard, as Sarah says it.
Connor Bedard. Connor Bedard.
What is the total percentage? It was like 96.
100%.
I think Oliver Moore and Sam Riddell came in and voted for themselves, and then everyone else voted for Connor Bedard.
94%.
94%.
People are still voting, though.
I think we can call it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I think we can call it.
I think we can project this one a victory.
If you're
Connor
voting,
Bedard.
stay in line.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah. 90. He got 93% of the 571 votes.
Pretty good. All right, we're gonna go through super chats here.
This is when you throw in the Rocky IV gif. Throw in the damn towel.
We're going through super chats. I have a challenge. Can we get to 700 likes by the time we're done with these super chats? We got a lot, I believe. Let's get to 700 likes. If you haven't done it yet, hit the like button. If you have, go to your other YouTube accounts and hit it there. All right. First up, Derek says, just moved to Chicago, longtime fan, starting to expect wins against bad teams again. Can Mikheyev please score on a breakaway, though? Yeah, he got denied. You said it, too. Like, sometimes these guys are too fast. You said it about Nazar and Moore.
Yeah, sometimes you get to all of a sudden you're not in a good spot. You're Andreas Athanasiou. You're too fast.
Well, they didn't fall down at least.
Right. You're too fast, and then like when you're ready to shoot, you're already too close. But I'm not gonna get too harsh on Mikheyev for missing a breakaway because he does so many other things well, and he's one of the most important players on this team.
Yes. I think I said this right. Chimok Hockey Training. $2 says playoff team. Looks like it now.
I mean, technically, if the playoffs started, they'd be there, so they are.
Ongo Gablogian. I don't know this reference, but that looks like Danny DeVito in a wig.
Is that
from Always Sunny?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe.
I didn't get too far in that series. Sarah, Always Sunny is a show, a television show.
I know Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Ongo says,
I prefer Always Cloudy in Pittsburgh. That show is much funnier.
Chloe knows what it is.
See, Chloe knows. They don't know Chloe yet. Chloe, you're gonna have to do that. Remember, who did we do that with? The reveal, where we just had them walk behind the screen, wave, and then come back around.
Revealed.
Well, you've been here since like basically day one.
2 months after.
All right.
Launch.
We'll do a producer reveal with Chloe. She'll come and just do a lap behind us.
If we
and
get
wave.
1,000 likes, we'll do a producer reveal.
We have 666 likes right now, which is badass.
All right.
All right. Anyway, Ongo says, longtime fan, first time super chat. Much love to the boys for the Pookie hat tricks. Greg, bring the A game for trivia tomorrow night. Oh yeah, plug that. Where's trivia?
Yeah. Trivia is at Beacon Tap and Displays. It's a Marvel trivia night tomorrow.
Oh, Iron Man. I win.
So there you go. Yes.
Oh, I remember I told you I was going to share the old fact.
Oh yeah.
With you.
I'm so old I forgot.
My wife texted me during the game, and she's like, "I'm here at the Hawks game with your cousins, all of which are within my age orbit," and everybody went crazy when Hey Jealousy came on.
Okay.
And she said, "Is Hey Jealousy like playing the Rolling Stones in old times? Like so when we would go to games?"
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to this.
Yeah.
Hey Jealousy.
Don't say it.
By the Gin
Don't
Blossoms
say it.
was released 33 years ago.
Yeah.
In 1992.
And when that song was out, like Satisfaction was like what, 33 years
27 years old.
Christ.
So we are further removed from Hey Jealousy now than we were to Satisfaction then. Oh my God.
I hate you.
Well, if I had to feel it, you had to feel it too. All right. $5 from Skate Salem.
It's like that stat where they say we're now further away from the release of Gone with the Wind than Gone with the Wind was from the end of the actual Civil War.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I saw an interesting thing too, that Cleopatra lived closer to the invention of the iPhone than she did the building of the pyramids.
Okay.
That's pretty crazy.
Okay. Talking about Elizabeth Taylor or Cleopatra?
The actual Cleopatra. Okay. Elizabeth Taylor, Sarah, was an actress, had many husbands.
I know who that is.
All right. Well, you don't know Rage, so that one, you set me off. My radar's off. All right,
do you know
Salem.
the song Hey Jealousy? Do you know the song Hey Jealousy? Do you know that one? No.
No.
You know it if you heard it.
Yeah.
I'm certain of that. That's like in the existence.
I'm better at like I can listen. I'm like a face person, but like if you say names to me, it's not going to register.
Okay, you'll know that song. All right. Anyway, Skate Salem,
We're gonna be here at 3 in the
$5.
morning.
Wants to know how old
we're
Gin Blossom
pulling
songs
a
are.
Carm here. We need to speed things up.
I don't have my harmonica. Great win. Can I get a shout out for my wife, Heather's birthday? She's a Schaumburg native who just turned 40. All right, happy birthday, Heather.
Happy 40th birthday, Heather.
Lebowski
You're in
5.
trouble for telling everybody how old she
Yeah,
is.
you don't just say
Never do
39
that.
and a half. Lebowski
It's her
5.
11th, 29th birthday.
He's Lebowski 55 now, by the way. I just noticed that.
Right.
Half
account.
of the future talent is not even on the team yet. Not hyperbole. That is correct.
That's good. Yep.
The Italian Ice 09,
I'd go
$5
for some Italian Ice.
says two things. Do you believe in the rookie wall? Will these Hawks hit one? And what happened to the war drums at the UC during scrums and fights? Thanks, boys. That was a Frank Pellico thing.
Yeah.
Where he would just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was almost like a punch sound effect during fights. So, yeah, Carrie Marcotte doesn't do that. She's got her own kind of flair on things, her own little touches. But I think that was just Frank Pellico chiming in on the game when he could.
Punching the organ while the fights were going on.
Yes. And as for the rookie wall, I mean, we're sort of seeing Nazar hit it a little bit. I know he's been banged up, but even before he got hurt, he had gone a few games without a point. But what you want to see is the chances coming. And I think Renzel probably already hit it and then bounced back nicely today with a +2, had an assist. Looked pretty good, looked confident with the puck. So, yeah, there will be moments during the season where Levshinov has a rough couple games, or you might even see Connor Bedard go 2 or 3 games without a point.
Bedard's going to have a stretch where you're like, oh, no.
Yeah.
It's an 82-game season.
Right.
All the best, even veterans, believe it or not, Nathan McKinnon's going to hit a wall at some point. He won't score in a period.
Maybe.
He'll go 9 shifts without a point.
Whoa. I hope it happens.
I hope it happens Sunday.
Yes, that'd be great. Bone Crusher 54 says, My wife has watched both Calgary games with me. I think this Hawks team, especially Bedard, are turning her into a fan. This is it. This is how the bandwagon starts.
Yep.
The team gets fun. People start noticing. I saw someone in the chat earlier mention that his daughter said, hey, can we watch the game together? Because my friends at school are saying how exciting it is.
Hey, when you get the kids paying attention, you're doing
That's
something.
right. You're on the ground floor.
It's all those 6-7 memes.
That's right. That has to stop, by the way. Kempin says, free agents, players will see these wins and will want to come here. And that's a $2 super chat.
There are no free agents.
Yeah, there's no free agents. But hey, maybe guys with no movement clauses.
But the Blackhawks will not be on very many no-trade lists in the near future.
Or if they were, guys,
They're gonna take
players
them
might
off.
reconsider. Yeah. All right, we're 25 away, by the way, from hitting Noodle Man one more time. Hit that like button. Dead Hawk we already got to, but thanks for the shout-out about my uncle being on the ice for the anthem. Very cool. Aaron Jordan, $5 says, don't look now, but Crevier is pushing to be the long-term answer as a third right-hand defenseman. Good luck to the Rockford D-men on competing for the last spot. Yep. We talked about that earlier. I think that actually inspired the conversation. Sir Jack 528 says Louis Crevier flying under the radar so far this season, having 8 assists. Really good to see from him. That's a $5 super chat. Thank you. Got TP Chetta. I don't know what that means. Anyone? Young people?
I don't know.
Nothing? Okay. It says, hey guys, I was wondering how I'd be able to see you guys at the United Center on Thursday. We're in the front row of the press box. Come on up and say hi.
Yes.
But we got to bring goodies.
Yes. I mean, bringing some sort of cured meat definitely increases your chances.
We've got some
meet and
jerky
greet.
waiting outside from Warm Bedard's. Dropped it right on the windowsill outside.
I will. I've never had windowsill jerky before.
Sill jerky?
Never had windowsill jerky before, but I will have some on the drive home. So thank you.
Brandon Sikora chipping in $5. Brandon, I think, super chats every show, which we appreciate. Says, congrats, Jay, on having a family member honored pregame. Bedard hat trick seals a win. Looking forward to Thursday. Yep, we're at that point now where we're looking forward to games, and days off suck. I'll talk about this more later this week. I want to talk about the experience my uncle had, because it was more than just being on the ice for the anthem. A lot of cool stuff. So Wednesday or maybe later in the week, we'll get to it. There's Warm Bedard's. $5 says, from one vet to another, thank you to your uncle for his service, Jay. Also enjoy the jerky. Thank you very much. And the final super chat of the show.
Oh, it's the best one by
comes
far.
from Hawkward Slapchat. That's why we saved it for last. Says, love this team. Take my money. P.S. Greg makes CHGO better. I think that is a unanimous consensus around these parts.
All of those things are true.
And cuter.
And thank you, Mom, on your burner account for saying that.
All right, Chloe, you ready for your introduction lap? Yeah, come on. Just do a circle right behind the chair and wave.
Just so everyone knows, Chloe is our new full-time CHGO producer.
You know what Chloe gets?
She gets Noodle Man.
She gets Noodle Man.
You get jerky, too.
Everybody be
Come
nice.
on through.
There she is.
There's
be
Chloe.
nice. She's from Denver.
You'll get to know Chloe a lot.
All right, bye.
She will be the CHGO Blackhawks main producer.
Main producer, yeah.
Yeah.
She knows her hockey.
Sarah's leaving
I
us
gotta
too.
go over to Bowls.
Everybody's ditching us for greener
Oh,
pastures.
don't go to Bowls. Bowls makes producers quit.
That's a producer kill.
Apparently,
Actually,
I know.
they
Apparently.
get them promoted.
They've had two.
In fairness,
I was gonna say they've had 2 producers get promoted. So
Not here though.
Not here.
Yeah, you get promoted.
No, we don't want to lose you. Don't take.
I'll
don't
be in
take the Bulls
Bearsland
gate.
too. I'm always in Bearsland. Shout
We all
out Brick
are.
by Brick.
We're all in Bears
This
land.
is Bears land.
This is Bears.
All right. Majestic American Woodcock says, can we just walk up to the press box? Are there not big hired goons keeping the rabble away? No, that's why they put us in the front row.
Right.
So like Tracy Myers, and they don't have to deal with the riffraff.
Yeah,
we
I know.
deal with the riffraff.
If you come up early enough, and you can come up and say hello.
Yeah.
Look for the guy in the Charlie Gardner jersey and just follow him up. He usually heads up there.
Yeah, exactly.
If
yeah, we accept
I'm
gummy
like-
bears. We accept jerky, bacon.
Yeah, any we take all
fully cooked steaks.
any and all bribes. We take them.
Just cash.
Yeah.
Just hand us cash. That's fine. Anyway, all right, we're gonna wrap things up. Yeah, we have someone in the chat. Chloe says, is she old enough to be up this late?
Also, no, I like the where does her loyalty stand? Denver, Chicago.
Oh yeah,
She's
That's a good
already.
one.
Yeah. Well, that might be. We're gonna find out Sunday.
yeah. Are you here Sunday? All
We're
right.
gonna
She's
find
with
out
you guys
Sunday.
for the foreseeable future of post games and all Blackhawks shows.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna wrap things up. Any more super chats? We miss any?
Are we done?
I think we're done.
Okay.
All right, we'll be back tomorrow at 2:30. Tony Granato talking Hawks. Petey talking specifically Connor Bedard for his slander last week. Talk to you at 2:30 on the CHGO Blackhawks podcast presented by Bet365.
We all silly like the mayor.